What's up, Honesty with Comedy podcast listeners? I appreciate y'all for tuning in and viewing my very short series, multiple part podcast videos. Um, so, I just wanted to kind of just talk about the road to recovery, and I don't mean like addiction yet, because I've been on that road, and it's an everyday road, regardless, But I'm talking about when things fall apart. So, right now, my current situation, people would look at it as like, how you ain't lose your mind, right? Sometimes I ask myself the same thing. But like I said, since I've been on this spiritual journey and seeking God, and I hear that with a lot of people. You hear now more than ever that people are talking about their spiritual journey and, having a relationship and growing in relationship with God. I talked about that back in 2024, like the earlier parts of 2024, when I felt compelled to speak up about God and having this drawing of Him and seeking Him, and then also speaking up about the churches. I had sent out an audio, kind of stirring some things in the atmosphere about how our tithes are not being handled the way they're supposed to, the way God intended them to do. And first of all, the tithes that God refers to in the Bible, they're not monetary per se. It was more so harvest and fruits and the things that God bless us with. Are we willing to put aside 10% of that for Him? And we should, because He's the reason why we have everything in life. And while we're giving grace, thanks, and, glory to manufacturers and employees and business owners and so forth, we need to be saying, I thank God for you. How about that? Because He did make them. But it is really just kind of bringing some insight and awakening to, we need to pay attention, to where and what we are representing here out in this world. If we're going to sit up here and give glory to anybody, you better give it to God first and foremost, because He is the creator of all, and He is the reason we are even free. Trust and believe. If He did not sacrifice His life for us, who would we be? None existing, probably, but still. And to know that we are created to worship is what I come to learn, right? And I'm like, oh wow, this is really real. But when you think about it in all actuality, you understand the system. It makes sense. Why are we here? You know, what is this world? This world is spiritual control. I can tell you that much. I experienced that as well. I'll talk about those later on in other videos. But just right now, so my current situation, things kind of fell apart when I moved to Texas in 2023, right? After my whole job situation. And I was going through it's still going down my spiritual journey. But at that time, I was going through a divorce. I had just lost my job that was paying really good and just struggling and stuff, but seeking the Lord so I can understand the sense of wholeness. Like, who am I authentically? In all actuality, it was worth losing everything. I didn't understand it honestly at first. I'm like, God, why? Everything seems to be falling apart. But also, I don't think it would have fell apart as much as it did had I not been rebellion. I was so rebellious, and I can't even say past tense was, is, because I struggled. It is hard. I don't know how many people actually talk about how hard going down this spiritual, journey is, especially when you're of the world. You've been molded, you've been in this world, getting all tainted, raggedy, and dusty and whatnot. And then you come into God, and then you realize He wants everything that's best for us. That's not, you know, smoking, drinking, cussing like that, especially when it's disrespectful to others. Committing crime. He just wants us to follow it his commandments, and those who do not know. It is, the commandments are written so many times in that Bible. You can find it anywhere. Genesis, you can, Exodus, Hebrews, I mean, Revelation, everywhere. So you can actually do read them. You know what I'm saying? And they really, it's 10 simple ones is what I talk about as well. But I'm just saying that to say that I'm currently like, I'm 44. I live with my mother on a couch. And I'm sitting here with a smile on my face because, and then I lost my job in July of this year because of emotional distress. So then I don't have income. I don't have a home. I'm homeless inside of a home. Even though it's my mother's home, it's like homeless inside of a home, right? I said, what? And then my phone keeps getting cut off. Because I can't pay it. And I didn't understand that because that's not how my life is or was. Like, this is so new to me. But what I come to realize that even though it's stuff. But what am I really getting out of this process, right? Spiritually, after all of the struggling, and trying to understand and get close to God, and like, what are you teaching me, Lord? I feel like I'm Joseph. I feel like a part of me is Job. I'm pretty sure it's a few others, David and Goliath, up in there, because I had to fight some giants in my days, but I wasn't by myself. I'll talk about that too in a few episodes. Y'all, I'm so happy. I'm happy in this moment because I feel like God has given me permission to just be myself, authentic, like who He created, whom, what He placed is a fighter inside, and it's something special. I'm still trying to figure all that out as well, but at least I get to be myself, And I've always been authentic, but it's like I was like teetering on the safety side of this spiritual journey too, because you don't want to feel like you're disrespecting God. I don't, so it's scary. And let me tell you something. I have had a lot of stumbles. Even yesterday, I ain't perfect in this situation at all. And I'm pretty sure there is plenty of people out there struggling. Y'all could go through this process with me, boo boo. We could encourage each other. Hey, what is working for you? Have you heard him? What do he even sound like? Like, I feel like he talks to me through my spirit, but then you deal with spiritual warfare too. And let me tell you something. That's another story as well. And I got plenty of that as well. And God knows. I know he real. So I ain't going to be making a but at least I could tell it in my true form. You know what I'm saying? And not be all scared and whatnot. Like, is he going to throw me? Am I going to get a spiritual whooping? Because let me tell you something. You better fear what he can do. And chastising you as well. But it's all out of love, honestly. It ain't something that he is a healer. It's right. But it's just like if we have our own children. It's like you love us that much that you just don't want us going down the wrong path. And if we're going down the wrong path, because we do tend to get rebellious, we do tend to stray. Just like those 99 sheep follows the Lord, and then you got that one that wander off, that wandering sheep. That was me, literally. Hell, even up to probably yesterday. I ain't gonna even lie. So it's just been a process. It is so, but I'm just gonna put out these videos, and this is my podcast. I just don't got no microphone right now. It's all at the crib, you hear me? But ain't nobody need no decorations to be having no conversations, you hear me? So I'm just gonna put out these videos and be obedient and just give my testimony, so y'all can literally hear how God has literally brought me through so many trials and tribulations, so many obstacles, to the point that I even stand in awe. Like, what happened? How? How, Lord?